Okay, 大家下午好. Okay, thank you very much for the invitation. My name is John Tay. I'm going to share with you the next 20 minutes about the opportunity, of digital transformation. Maybe test. Hello. Okay, digital transformation on the AIoT for smart cities and smart manufacturing. Okay, this just one slide about myself. Currently, I'm representing few of the ministry as an expert panel committee under the Ministry of Transportation and Commodities, under the Ministry of International and Trade Association, and Ministry of Digital as well. And also, I've seen in a few of the association on your right as well, Malaysia IoT, which I'm representing this afternoon. So the other one is a change maker. Basically, change maker, it's an association that will support the Internet of Things adoption or digital transformation in Malaysia. And I sat in few other association as well, the 5G Technology and Innovation Association. Okay, these are some of our members under the Malaysia IoT Association. We have small, medium companies, we have big companies, even like some of the big boys, if you see some of the slide here. So basically, our companies are from local company and international companies. So for those who want to look for collaboration, do get in touch with me after this session. Okay, so under the Malaysia IoT Association, we are the arms and the ear for the government in terms of the, the national policy, regulation, framework. Basically we help the government from the industry perspective on why Internet of Things, humanoid drones are so critical for the industry and for the country. And of course, we go across the border. So we hope Malaysia will be the hub. So basically, we are part of the Malaysia IoT Association strategic roadmap as well. A couple years ago, Malaysia Productivity Blueprint, which is very important, why drone, humanoid, robots, and so on are so important in our day-to-day, whether it's at home or in our office or in the manufacturing area or in the agriculture area as well. The other role is basically in the Industrial 4.0, Industrial 4IR. So that is one of our contribution of the roadmap or policy. When we came out, the government came out with the policy of Industrial 4.0. That is where we become the voice for them to formulate the policy and regulation and direction for the country. The other one is the Smart City Framework. So basically, we help the government to give our input, how the smart city framework should be, in the coming years. So these are some of our area. I think this slide is very important for IoT. I do not think that anyone can do IoT on their own. So basically from sensors to PCB to devices, software, connectivity as well, mobile apps, cloud and server. Security is very important for especially like IoT, even humanoids and so on. You need a layer of security. And data analytics, when we talk about IoT, you can collect a lot of data, but if the data doesn't make sense to you, I think you defeat the purpose of having digital transformation. And of course, domain knowledge is very important. All of us can claim we are expert in every areas or as many areas as we know. Even as simple as agriculture, we might not be expert in agriculture. So you need domain expert, that are really into agriculture day in, day out. 3D modeling, digital twins, and so on is part of our process. So the market segment that we focus are healthcare, for example, transportation, smart factories, smart cities and infrastructure, and agriculture as well. So these are some of our members, and I do not see one member can do end-to-end. So you need to have partnership, which is why I'm here today all the way from Malaysia to see how we can collaborate. If there's anything we have a booth there at A15. So it's just right at the entrance, so do stop by. So The Malaysia IoT Association was founded 2016, so we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary. So basically, covering from the whole value chain or the ecosystem from sensors, I mentioned connectivity, cloud, research, funding, and government partnership as well, as I mentioned earlier. So our focus area will be smart manufacturing. So basically, we do a lot of Industrial 4.0, AI, 5G, and IoT integration using humanoid, robots, and so on. Smart city and infrastructure nexus, which is our next biggest thing. Smart city is quite easy to say, but it's very hard to implement because every city, every township, every province, or even Malaysia, we call it states, they will have their own local policy. So it's very challenging to have the same application that across the whole country. So that is where we go in together as an association to see how we can support the government initiative to make it a city smart and with the good infrastructure to start with. Smart agriculture and food, we have a lot of opportunity. We use robot, drones, and so on, which I think I've seen on the floor today on the exhibition. That is where we can look for partnership that for those who are providing humanoid or drones or even the software data analytics, I think that will be very good sharing if you can reach me later on. Okay, for Malaysia digital transformation opportunity, we are looking at 70 billion RM. RM is the Malaysian ringgit, so there's a lot of opportunity there. By 2020, we want to see how we can make Malaysia a smart city. That's our target, and increase the manufacturing GDP contribution 50% from high-tech industry by 2030. So this is probably a very good chance for those who have the solution, but you want to Chuhai to Malaysia or Tongmen or ASEAN, do reach out to me later. Okay, IoT, I think it's very given. AIoT is equal to AI plus IoT. 10 years ago, 15 years ago is IoT, but AI has came along the way the last 5-6 years. So I think it's a lot of opportunity in terms of improved sensors, devices, a real-time data stream. I think I mentioned real-time data stream. Data is king. If you have a data, you are king. But if you do not how to make sense of the data or monetize the data for your customer, I think it's as good as no. So AI-powered decision making. Right now, a lot of AI integration into your system can make decision, agentic AI and so on. Autonomous robot, I think we see a lot at the exhibition today. Connected wide ecosystem, I think that's a lot of challenges. Example would be smart city management. I see a lot of application here in China. They can even tell the driver, the number of seconds the traffic light is going to turn green. So I think that is a very, very good improvement. Managed to try the robot taxi yesterday at Nansan, so that was quite interesting. Connected infrastructure, I mentioned just now, I'm part of the 5G task force committee as well in Malaysia. So I think we need to have a good connected infrastructure, hopefully with good 4G plus, with 5G plus, and so on. Autonomous services, I think important for hotel, for restaurants, even autonomous driverless car as well. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there. And of course, we cannot leave security out. I think security must be thought out in the early stage of any project implementation. Okay, so how do we use robot to transform Malaysian city? Autonomous waste collection, very important. We have tried quite a lot of projects with sensor on dustbin. That the dustbin can be in anywhere, in a shopping mall, hotels, at a park, where people throw rubbish a lot. So we do not want the dustbin or the smart dustbin to be filled 100%. Then only you send someone, or somebody goes around every hour or two. But with IoT, you can basically, reduce the unnecessary trips for the trucks to go and pick up rubbish. Once you detect that you have 70, 80%, the smart dustbin or bin is full, you can send somebody to go and pick it up as well. So that could reduce operational costs by up to 30%. Smart traffic robots, I think is with the AI, with CCTV, I think there's a lot of opportunity that we can help Malaysia, to reduce traffic jam, especially in the Kuala Lumpur area by 20%. That's our target. Drones, robot, and so on, I think it's very important. We have a lot of opportunity for drone for agriculture. So if you are into that area, let us know. Deploying drones for crowd monitoring, traffic incident, and public safety events. That is up and coming. A lot of opportunity there. And of course, last mile delivery by robots. I think I've seen a few projects here. That's something that we want to explore as well. Public services robot, important, especially on a tourist area. We need to be able to have more robots to replace human or police or Pauan to assist tourists and so on. And it's contactless. So second one, smart factories. I think the industrial automation and Industrial 4.0 is very, very important. Using robots, I see a lot of cobots and digital twins right here. So these are our sort of projection, the number of robots that will increase compared to per 10,000 workers. So we're looking at like 85 robots per 10,000 workers. If we can replace that, I think that's a lot of opportunity to basically implement automation in robotic for factories. Looking at AI quality control, a lot of project or manufacturing in Malaysia is still using a lot of manual to detect defect. It's very difficult if you have PCB where it's or semiconductor to detect defect. So we need to have like 99.9% accuracy. So I think with AI-powered computer vision, I think we can achieve that. AGV is given, automotive, a lot of factories, manufacturer for car industry, I think they use a lot of AGV. Digital twins, I think we're looking into a lot of opportunity for digital twins implementation. For preventive maintenance, reduce up to 40% downtime. You can simulate on the digital twins environment before you implement it into your factory. So basically how the policy is back up, to, the government are supporting it to the project called NIMP 2030. So it's only a few years away. So basically it's a new industrial master plan. So we are targeting about 637 billion to drive smart manufacturing. So, and we're also looking at 3,000 smart factories by 2030. So if, there's the opportunity, Smart Selangor, basically driving factory digitization or factory automation. So we're looking at investment of 2.5 billion. Other agency in government, there's a lot of tax incentive, depending on your automation level and the robotic capital expenditure, for the Industrial 4.0. Penang 2030, we want to make smart manufacturing and semiconductor robotics projects as well. Okay, for the next third, agriculture I mentioned just now, how are we going to do that? So because agriculture contributed about 8% to the Malaysia GDP. Okay, labor is getting harder to find and the cost is keep going up. Aging farmer as well. A lot of farmers do not want to be in the farm anymore. The younger generation are all moving to the city. So, and the climate pressure as well, weather is changing every day. It's very hot nowadays. So robot, humanoid is no longer an optional. So there's a lot of way we can do it for smart agriculture. Okay, for example, one of our challenges is palm oil. Palm oil, Malaysia is quite famous in palm oil. So we are looking at a lot of autonomous harvesting the fruits, by robots, to reduce the cost by 35%. So there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of challenges as well in terms of using robot in the palm oil industry. One of the challenges is basically the signal. Some of the farm are way very far from the city, and there's no even connectivity as well. So that's one challenges. Paddy field robots, so to basically reduce or smart farming for paddy field, the rice that we grow, because labor shortage is a very big issue right now in Malaysia. So with automation, robotics, drones, and data analytics, I think we can save a lot of, or create a lot of opportunity in this industry. Vertical farming, a lot of people are trying vertical farming because land are very difficult to find and very costly. And youngsters do not want to do that. So with automation, we can do a lot of vertical farming automation as well. Precision agriculture drones, we have aerial spraying of pesticides, crop monitoring of the farm as well. Pest detection. Pest detection is one issue. Always the challenges in terms of agriculture. So basically, we want to see how we can reduce pesticide. If we can detect earlier pest detection problem, we can basically take the necessary action. Aquaculture and fishery robots are the next opportunity. These are some of the locations. IoT soil and crop monitoring, I think that is quite given. We basically have a real-time soil pH, moisture, nutrient. We have a booth there. We have shown some sample that you can have a look at it. Look at what we have shown at our booth. Okay, so in terms of agri-robotics, here is some numbers. 60% of Malaysian farm lack mechanization or automation. So I think it's good. 60% is a lot of opportunity for us to collaborate and explore. 8 billion annual crop loss from labor from not using automation. 40% productivity gain based on some studies, if you move into smart farming. So would that be exciting for farmers to adopt smart farming using robotics, using drones and so on? So target is by 2030, we want 30% of agriculture area using robotics. That is a challenge for us. So we seek collaboration from everyone. IoT robotic opportunity. So manufacturing, I think, is given. A lot of companies are adopting it. The challenge will be small and medium enterprise. I think there's still lack of adoption in terms of robotic. But I think as time goes, I think as technology develop and the cost is lower, I think that will create more opportunity. The other one will be, number 3 will be robot as a service. A lot of companies, they do not want to invest, paying for the robot. But if you can do a rental or robotic as a services, RAAS, I think that is a fantastic opportunity for about 1.2 million SME in Malaysia. Talent and workforce upscaling is very important. We are also working with university to see how we can upscale the program in the university. So these are some of the potential market size, $2.5 billion market for robotics, projected to be 9.4 billion by 2030. And job creation will be 120,000 opportunity for students and new workforce that is coming in. The other thing is government is very supportive. Academia also preparing themselves to generate good students that are into robotics, automation, and so on for various vertical, whether it's smart city, healthcare, or agriculture, or smart property building, and so on. Financial and virtual VC are available as well for those who are willing to work together. Okay, why Malaysia? Invest in AI and robotics. We under our association, we have been talking about the last 10 years or so, trying to promote robotic startup. A lot of challenges. I think China has grown very fast. So, and then building smart city test bed. We want to have a test bed where they can test out their solution. Okay, accelerate factory automation. We mentioned just now 3,000 factories by 2030 to be smart. Upscaling of 50,000 robotic engineers. Launch our agri-robotic national programs For example, for oil palm, paddy field, aquaculture, robotics, given the time sensitive of the challenges in climate change, for the last 10, 15, 20 years. The other one I want to mention is to seek collaboration among ASEAN, Asia as well, especially China, to basically come up with a data sharing framework for cross-robot deployment. I think that is one interesting area that we can explore together. These are some of our activities by our association. So basically, we do a lot of collaboration activities for our members so that we can reach out to the, the industry to keep the awareness going so that we can see how we can help to grow the industry and to grow a healthy, sustainable ecosystem for robotic, humanoid, to basically to have a sustainable lifestyle in a smart city. So these are additional activities that we do. Next one. So I think robot is, always people say, robots in AI, is it going to replace workers? But my thought is it's going to amplify of how Malaysian workers can achieve. I think probably some of you might agree with that. We always worry like AI will replace our work. Yes, certain area redundant activities or tasks will be replaced by robot. So with that, I would like to say, is Malaysia ready for its robot? Yes, we are, and we look for more collaboration, for those who are interested. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. 谢谢。